Stay savage, your boy Shino Bentra. What's poppin'? Today we are back, and guess what? We back for another video, like always. But this time we got a specific topic. If you guys don't know, on Twitter, I've been tweeting out like anime horoscopes, basically what KK Genkai reside with your birthday and shit like that. You know, if you were born in September, you get the Rinnegan. But then I did another one where you were born in September, you got the Tensegan. And then like, you know, there's like a whole bunch of other people with their birthdays getting the Tensegan and the Rinnegan. And a lot of people was in the comments of my my mentions, and they were basically saying they didn't know what the Tensegan actually did. And it was kind of funny to me that we watched the last movie and not everybody know about it. So, you know, I took it upon myself. I wanted to rewatch the last movie because I got in the mood for it. You know, everybody was talking about the Tensegan, and they was like, oh, we know what the Rinnegan does, but we don't know exactly what the Tensegan. So basically, I'm gonna break down the terrible truth behind the Tensegan, the terrible truth behind Hamura's clan and shit like that. So if you guys are excited about today's video, make sure you hit that like button. If you're new to the channel, subscribe for daily content. Now make sure you get your Shino X Sakura shirts. You only have 9 days left. You have till March 29th, and with that, that's gonna be completely gone. We can probably drop another shirt, probably like some more limited shit. We got some designs in the works, but for now, you know, this is probably one of my favorite designs. You guys should go ahead and try to snag that while you can. Now with that being said, let's get it.
All of these people, they down to ride. Look in my eyes. No, no, no. No, 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 no. No, 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 no.
Alright, so basically how we're gonna start this, we have to talk about Hamura Otsutsuki. He is probably the most important key factor to this, and you know, he left the celestial decree to his basically his clan and shit like that, and it just went a lot of different ways. A lot of people misinterpreted, and a lot of people had a lot of issues understanding what he meant. Now let's talk about Hamura Otsutsuki. We know he's the brother of the Sage of Six Paths. We know he's one of the original creators. You know, this man basically created a whole nother earth on the moon in terms of like genjutsu, and he basically used visual jutsus and shit like that to make it look like, you know, this place was inhabitable. And then it made it where, you know, you could breed on the moon, or maybe you could just breed on the moon or automatically, because maybe there's a door somewhere on Earth where you can go into the moon and it, you know, it gives them oxygen or something like that, which we saw Naruto, Hinata, Shikamaru, and the others go through, you know, basically when they was excelling and going to take over the fucking mission and basically trying to figure out why the moon was crashing to the Earth. Now with that aside, you know, we know that he went over there and he started his own clan. You know, he raised his own little village and shit like that because this was his world, this was like his place. You know, we had the Sage of Six Paths who was on the Earth, you know, who created Ninshu, and he's basically created ninjutsu and shit like that. He was basically the father of it. But we had Hamura, who was kind of doing the same thing, but more so with the Otsutsuki clan. He wasn't doing it with like random Earthlings, you know, he wasn't helping the random humanity. He wasn't helping people like the Sage of Six Paths was. The Sage of Six Paths, Hagoromo, was reaching out to everybody. You know, he was trying to basically get everybody under the principles of peace and shit like that. Hamura was more so, you know, just being an overseer, more like a celestial guide, basically looking over the land, basically trying to protect everybody in a sense from a distance, and that's kind of what he was doing. But in a sense, the clan kind of fell short of his message, right? So in a sense, the clan really got lost and they fell like to a straight pat. You know, they were thinking that the celestial decree that Hamura and his basically his principles after like the whole great shinobi war took place and shit like that, everybody thought like this was the celestial decree, that it was time to basically destroy the world, because at this point in time no more humans deserve to live, because all they do is basically create wars and create conflict over and over again. And on top of, Toneri got to witness Kaguya as well as a lot of other people, you know, get revived multiple times and times again, because like, you know, it's taboo to be raising people from the dead. That's why the reanimation jutsu, the Edo Tensei, was so forbidden. Like everybody was talking about, yo, you know, this is really dope jutsu, but like at the same token, this was something that was never supposed to be tampered with. Humans were never supposed to tamper with the lives of the afterlife. You know, once people go into the afterlife, they supposed to stay there. And you know, Toneri is observing from the moon. He's just watching and he's just witnessing all this, you know what I'm saying? And it's one of those things where he was getting infuriated because he thought that's what his teacher wanted. That's what the Hamura was teaching them. He wanted them to basically go ahead and destroy the village and destroy the whole entire world, you know, just ending all humanity, because then that would end the suffering, end the problems, and the conflict that kept happening over and over. And this basically started a whole bunch of conflict. Now a lot of people like to say that the Byakugan is basically the sister dojutsu to the Sharingan, which is absolutely true, and you could say it's the brother dojutsu to it as well, because you got to think about it. The Sharingan came from, you know, Hagoromo. Hagoromo was somebody that we saw with the Sharingan. We get somebody we know who had it. Now, if you look at Hamura, we know Hamura had the Byakugan, which is something where we see Kaguya have, as well as her having the Sharingan, which is what Hagoromo have. So it's basically kind of like the power split and divide. So as you guys know, the Sharingan basically evolves into the Rinnegan, like the Tenseigan, or the Byakugan evolves into the Tenseigan, but only with the Otsutsuki chakra. A lot of people believe that in order for you to achieve the Tenseigan, that you need to take the eyes of like Hyuga and put into like the sockets of an Otsutsuki, and basically that chakra fills in and then it replaces itself. But there's another method to doing this, like that nobody ever really spoke upon. Like I looked around, you know, maybe some people did touch up on this, but I want to speak on it more. The one of like most destructive truth about the Tenseigan that nobody ever speaks upon is the fact that the clan that Hamura left behind, the Otsutsuki clan that was basically looking after the moon, basically, you know, just supposed to be protecting the earth from a distance and shit like that, they sacrificed all their eyes. Like the truth behind the Tenseigan, they sacrificed all their eyes in order to create that. If you guys ever paid attention, if you look at Toneri in his palace on the moon, you see everybody that's there, they're all puppets. Nobody's actually human. Nobody's actually an Otsutsuki clan member. Nobody's actually alive. Everybody is like a doll. You know, he's basically manipulating them with his chakra, manipulating them with powers in order to do various tasks around. You don't see him having conversations with them because they don't have any personalities. They're dead already. Like, you know what I'm saying? So this whole entire clan sacrificed thousands and thousands of pairs of Byakugans in order to create the Tenseigan. Now, in order to add like a little formulated constructive power to that and basically have complete control over these thousands and thousands of Byakugans that got put into like one massive ball of chakra to create the Tenseigan, he needed a peer heiress, a peer person who was supposed to be like all powerful in terms of just goodness and just in terms of peer bloodline, all that shit. In order to do that, he had to go to the elders of the Hyuga clan and reach out for Hinata, which they denied. I mean, her dad's not gonna give her up, clearly. It's like, bro, you want my kid? Like, get the fuck. So he couldn't get Hinata in a sense, so he went after Hanabi after watching her, and Hanabi was young. Hanabi was very childish. She was very, you know, like a kid. Like, she was very kiddish. That's like the peers of peer. You know, like Goku's peer of heart, Naruto, you know, fell into darkness, but he was still peer of heart. The only time he fell into darkness was Kurama, but he's still a peer of heart. You know, these people are peer. So if you look at Hanabi, you know, at that time, she never did anything bad. You know, she was just a good kid, you know, and then her Byakugan was basically enhanced, and then she got it really, really early on compared to a lot of people. Similar with Himawari. All this fell really, really short. Now, like let's look at the Uchiha, right? We got Itachi, who destroyed the whole entire clan to protect the village, right? You know what I'm saying? And at the same token, this village was supposed to be like the protectors of the elite. Like, they can relate to the fucking Otsutsuki on the moon, because if you think about the Otsutsuki on the moon, you know, they were supposed to be the protectors of the earth. They were supposed to be protectors of what the Sage of Six Paths had on the earth, you know what I'm saying? They were supposed to be like that guidance that was supposed to come back to the earth and show people the way. But I mean, a lot of them misinterpret Hamura's celestial decree, and they thought maybe this was the token and this was the mission, like we had to destroy and just completely eradicate all humans, because at this point in time, all we see is them go into conflict. They was actually supposed to go in there and correct the errors, because they at some point, I feel like Hagoromo knew that the humans would stray off that path and fall, but then when he met Naruto, he felt like they were good, and that's why he probably never reached out in his celestial being days, because, you know, even still, like, he was chakra, he was a being that was in a different universe. He could still contact with Naruto, and then he got in contact with Naruto and Sasuke during the war when they was basically on the verge of dying. I feel as though he could have sent a message, or like a dream message to Toneri, letting him know, hey, these are some good humans, I want you to look after them. But I mean, obviously he thought his brother had left everything in check. Like, I mean, his little brother, you know, did some things, but at the same token, he felt as though, hey, my brother was responsible enough to handle his own when we were together. I feel as though he's gonna be able to handle himself on the moon. And if you guys look at the way everything panned out, everybody misinterpreted what Hamura was saying. Hamura wanted them to watch over the earth. He wanted them to protect the earth and basically help them, but Toneri misinterpreted that as destroy and just completely eradicate. So this is where, like, the Tenseigan and Hamura's past basically falls into this dark void of, like, what the hell happened? Like, how did you misinterpret this? I mean, it's not really hard to misinterpret certain things, because us as humans, that's what we do. But I mean, you're supposed to be Otsutsuki, you're supposed to be god tier shinobi, you're supposed to be the creators of the universe, you're supposed to be like the supreme kais of chakra and shit in this universe, you know what I'm saying? And the fact that you, like, misinterpret that and you basically sacrifice the whole entire clan in order to achieve this power, then you run across this one human named Naruto Uzumaki, who basically destroys everything you see and just basically beats all the odds, you know what I'm saying? Obviously, he had to use Hamura's chakra, which he got from Hinata, which probably gave him a power boost, and that's what we see in in Boruto. You know, we see Boruto getting this new dojutsu, which came from Hinata and Naruto, both having Hagoromo and Hamura's chakra, which mix. A lot of times we talk about that, we always speak on that, and that's what happens with the Jogan. That's how it appeared, you know, and that's why Toneri decided, you know, basically I'm gonna help Boruto, because Hinata and Naruto asked Toneri to come to Earth. He wanted them to understand, I mean, Naruto wanted Toneri to understand how humans were and how people have changed and how people are like going in a positive direction, but Toneri was more so, I will atone for my sins on the moon, and the best way to atone for his sins is to watch over Hinata and Naruto in their time of troubles. And basically when he saw Boruto becoming of age, and he saw the light inside of Boruto and the 2 stars that we get to see, the star of hope, you know, obviously if there's a star of hope, there has to be a star of destruction, you know what I'm saying? So he basically delivered messages to Boruto letting him know that he was a prophet and he's the prophecy of the stars, you know what I'm saying? So his role in Boruto is going to be strictly and like really entitled to Boruto, because that's going to be his promise, basically to look after the moon and basically watch everybody from the earth and atone for his sins. The best way he can atone for his sins is to look after Boruto. The same thing with Sasuke. You see Sasuke come and he teach Boruto a lot of different things. You see him basically teach him the Kenjutsu. You see him make Boruto learn how to do the Rasengan. You see him basically play a big factor. And Toneri is going to be that same factor, but he's going to be more of a messenger for Boruto, basically putting Boruto in this path, in this direction, you know, shedding light on the things that Boruto don't understand. And it's basically going to help Boruto understand himself a little better. That's kind of why Boruto thought he had the Byakugan, because Toneri reached out to him and he let him know, hey, look, you have this weird eye, you know, you are a prophet, you are the star of hope, you know, soon you will understand what I'm trying to say. So Boruto misinterpreted as the Byakugan. That's why nobody understood what he was saying. And honestly, he never really spoke about the dream all in all either, you know what I'm saying? So let me know how you feel about the terrible truth on this. You know, this topic is really very sensitive, because, you know, you got to think about it. Look at how this shit panned out. We see the Utsusukis supposed to be like the protectors, and a lot of the things that they're doing has been falling short. Let me know your personal thoughts and your personal opinions on this topic. Let me know if you really feel as though like the Tensegan can be used for positive purposes, because like if we look at what we know about the Tensegan, you have to sacrifice thousands and thousands of eyes to acquire that shit. In order to activate it fully, you have to use the power of a pure Byakugan. That's why he went after Hanabi, and obviously he wanted Hinata as his wife, because that would be the only other person to challenge him. He knew that the Byakugan princess would be the only person that could stop him, you know what I'm saying? And that's kind of what Hamura knew. Hamura wanted that. That's why Hamura came to Hinata and, you know, basically let her know what was up. So let me know your personal thoughts and your personal opinions on this topic. I know this video kind of dragged a little bit longer, but this was a really good topic to talk about. Honestly, I really enjoyed making this video. You know, let me know how you feel about it all in all. And with that being said, stay true and stay real. I hope you guys have a blessed day, and until next time, see you guys later. Bye, Z.